Sustainability, the active pursuit of enriching the environment, community, and economy by conserving resources and energy through your home, work, and recreational activities. Hi, I'm Roger Coons with Sustain Audit. Mitch and Mary Heinrichs of Fish Creek in Door County, Wisconsin, have followed sustainable practices by using an abandoned rock quarry for their dream home. This is a look at sustainable land use and materials choices. Let's meet the Heinrichs and see what they've accomplished.
Well, my wife and I pulled in to the lot when it was for sale. We have 4 acres here. And it used to be, about 20 years ago, it was a working quarry. So it was owned by a fellow by the name of Charlie Jarman. And I believe they did a lot of landscaping and work around the community. So later on, they used it more or less as a dump. There was a lot of stone left from quarrying that they were not using. There was a lot of gravel, there was a lot of quarry wash. There was a lot of some sand and some dirt. None of it what you would consider black ground or topsoil or anything like that, but a lot of clay that was able to be used for underlay for a lot of the gardens and areas. So we just tried to use everything that was here.
Although we just really jumped in with both feet and said, let's just do it. We had really not much of a clue.
I have some design, home design training and education. So I really just wanted to design a home and not move anything that was here, other than cleaning and, leveling and that kind of thing. But we decided that, there was a land and stone wall along the edge here. As you can see, we're kind of on a lower area. Around all the grounds are raised. So in the house, where that wall was, we raised up, and that's where we put the bedrooms up on top, and then we left the exposed wall inside, and we left a quarry bed that was coming off of that wall as one of the floors of one of the rooms.
Oh, I'd love to.
I mean, you could just barely see that it was maybe a wall there. And our grandson last year, we call it Ryan's Wall, because he exposed the whole thing, and we added a little stone to it to make flower beds out there. And
we just kind of worked around everything that was here, and even a lot of times if there were trees, rather than move them or cut them down, we just design a flower bed around them and leave the tree there. Like this clump birch thing out on the side on the left there. Pretty nice tree there. We'd leave it and just work around it.
That's fantastic.
And that was probably what was fun. And I was able to do a lot, but even like the stone, I had, I laid all this stone myself, but I had helpers. Come in the morning, and by then we would do what we would call harvesting. Mary and I would go, in the evenings, Mary and I would go out, and we had truckloads of stone. And that's what most of the facade on here is that stone. So we would go out at night and we would look for pieces that would fit. And when I say fit, if you look at this, it looks rather random. However, if you look at a stone like this one as an example, that comes down and pitches to the right at the bottom, the one next to it pitches to the left at the top.
I see that.
So we had to go and look for all these kinds of shapes out there because we didn't want to cut. So everything on here is just as we picked it up off the ground.
That's fantastic.
And so when the guys would show up in the morning, we'd start mixing mortar and drop these in. And you could only go like 2 stones high. You'd set your mortar, drop it in, fill it in, and any more than that would crush the mortar down, so it didn't maintain its consistency. And we had to put it on a little more dry. And we wanted something that was going to look, well, we kind of called it, French farm look. And this has a nice warm feel to it.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to walk inside, and there it is, right here, as an integral part of the house. What we're looking at here is the actual quarry face that was mined in the past, and then they've inset some more of the quarry stone and mortared it. But here you can see the Niagara dolomite, and you can actually see the primary bedding planes with the old ocean surface floor of this warm sea that made this rock. And we can also see the fractures, the northeast and southwest and northwest trending fractures that occur in the dolomite. And some of these have been grouted up a little bit, but what you have here is a tremendously natural surface of a limestone dolomite that is the product of a warm ocean 425 million years old. You're done with the epoxy, or the resin.
Well, they were a little, there were some
These,
holes there.
yeah.
We couldn't have people walking across them.
Oh, there's a frog in this one.
Foot in them, or
Twisting ankle.
twisting ankles or whatever.
We had checked with a couple universities about having the stone in the house. And they said the ambient temperature stays at 55 degrees. And so that's why the dog likes it. It's nice and cool. It keeps our house cool for the summer. We don't have any air conditioning. And the wintertime we rely on the fireplace, and we have 7 zones of heating. We only use 3 of them.
Cooler air at the floor level. I put the air vent for the cooling at floor level. So there are 3 vents on this, it pulls it right in off the floor, heats it up, pumps it down.
You know, so it warms the bedrooms, it warms the upstairs. We never put the heat on up there.
And then you've got some lights in there so you can see actually all the way through.
But this was the bed here on which we laid the bedroom. And all the heating is in the floor, so this stone on the back, across the back, has been added to cover the cement that was poured there for the base floor for the bedrooms.
So you have in-floor heating
So
there.
there's in-floor heating for all the bedrooms. However, came out of the quarry, and I just put it on top of the concrete. And
Right.
set it in as kind of a natural flow from the wall, so that it didn't just go right into tile or carpet or something. It had the...
What they've done in the bathroom is we have a birch log that's enormous, creating the pedestal to the sink. And this is a repurposing of natural materials so that you don't have to buy something new or use another material that's been manufactured in some other ways. So in line with using the quarry, the rock, in-floor heating, fireplace, you've got a lot of sustainable practices going here. In addition to Mitch and Mary's sustainable land use choices, they've utilized pervious pavers in the driveway to help control stormwater and encourage infiltration. Mitch says this is an ongoing project of building and garden construction. The Heinrichs even rent rooms as part of a unique private retreat in Door County, Wisconsin. The Quarry House is an innovative land use choice that rehabilitates mine lands while using available building materials and minimizing impacts to recovered forest lands.